Okay, we heard from the Kings. Now how about a little Pelicans perspective? And for that, we go by phone and speak with Scott Kushner, the Pels beat writer for the New Orleans Advocate. And Scott, listen, first of all, this has to be like Mardi Gras Part 2, is it not? What's your reaction?
It's right in the middle of it. So, there were parades all weekend, all-star game, and then they cap it off with the biggest trade in franchise history. So I don't know how this franchise can keep topping themselves, but the city seems to be pretty abuzz with basketball right now.
Yeah, and the Pels, look, made it no secret. They were looking for a trade partner. They were looking for another big player to team with Ant. And they got one, but can they keep Cousins? I mean, are there any indications, or what have you heard, that they can make that possible?
There's certainly, I think, I wouldn't say they've been given an explicit, we're absolutely going to sign an extension, but they're going to be given the opportunity. And they're going to have DeMarcus Cousins for 25 games this year to sort of figure it out and, hopefully, for their case, make a run to the 8th seed in the playoffs. And then they're going to have a whole season next year to see if Anthony Davis, when paired with a really good, powerful center, which is what he wants to be paired with, if that's the combination that works and that's the combination that puts them over the top. There was no other way this team was going to get a top 10 talent to come and join them. And so to be able to get DeMarcus Cousins for essentially, a very small amount of assets to give up, you really had to take the deal. You totally, I don't think you can blame Del Demps at this point for giving up Buddy Hield and a pick, basically to go give it a shot. And this is the best chance this team is going to have to be relevant on the national stage for a very long time.
Yeah, Scott, what in your estimation is going to be Anthony Davis's role to find out really and truly if DeMarcus Cousins can be happy with a team and coachable with a team and social to the point where he needs to be with an NBA team?
Yeah, and that's going to be the biggest question that no one can really answer right now. He's only been in Sacramento, and, there's been a lot of people who have had problems in Sacramento. And so is it a DeMarcus Cousins problem? Is it a Sacramento Kings problem? We won't really know until this thing actually unfolds. But we do know that Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins have a very good relationship, a brotherly, sibling-like relationship. And we know that Alvin Gentry is one of the easiest guys to get along with in the NBA, and he's going to be there every day, kind of smoothing the corners and doing all the little things that a veteran coach can do, who's a player-friendly coach. And so you'd think the situation would make sense. Now neither of these guys really have to try to carry a whole team. You would think they'd be unburdened by that. So in a lot of ways it works, but you got to see them on the floor together. They still play mostly the same position, despite they do have various skill sets. But it could be a great thing, and they could be the best front court in the NBA, or it could go really far south. But either way, I don't think Del Demps gave up too much, regardless of how this goes.
Yeah, Scott, look, before we let you go, they have to make the playoffs, right? The Pelicans, that's one of the boxes they must check, or not.
I don't know. I mean, to start 3 games back with 25 to go and you're incorporating what's going to have to be an entirely new offense, I think that's a difficult task to say that you're guaranteed to make the playoffs. I think they now have the most talent of any of those teams that's pushing for it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't make it. I think mostly it's next year they have to show that they can be a 50-plus win team to prove to both DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis that this is something that you can make work going forward.
Well, high times in New Orleans for sure, the All-Star game, and now a new man in the lineup. Scott Kushner, thank you so much for your insights on this one. It's good to talk with you. We'll talk to you down the line.
Happy to help, guys.
All righty.